Most people still believe that running open source AI models is complicated, that you need expensive GPUs, deep coding knowledge, or some insane setup. That used to be true. But today, you can run powerful AI models in minutes on your laptop. And in this video, I am going to break down every major way to run AI models locally on your laptop. From the absolute easiest method to advanced production level systems. By the end, you'll not only understand how to run them, but you'll know which exact method is right for you. Why open source AI matters. Before we jump into how, we need to understand why this matters. Open source AI models are models where key components like weights, architecture, or code are publicly available. And right now, they are becoming just as powerful as closed models. That creates three major advantages. First is control. You decide where the model runs, your laptop, your server, or cloud. Second, customization. You can fine-tune, modify, and build on top of them. And third, cost, which is exactly why the entire industry is slowly shifting in this direction. Now the real question becomes, how do you actually use them? The big picture framework. There isn't just one way to run open source AI. There are four main categories. Think of them as progressions. Local, your own machine. Browser, hosted playgrounds. Managed APIs, VPS, servers. And then there are two advanced parts. Managed cloud scaling, on-device edge AI. We'll go from easiest to hardest so that you can follow along without being overwhelmed. Let's start with the most misunderstood option, running models locally. This simply means the model runs directly on your computer, no cloud and no external servers. Why this is powerful? Because this is going to be fully private, it would work offline, and it would have no ongoing cost. This is perfect for developers, privacy-focused users, and even people who are experimenting locally. The simplest way to do this is using tools like Ollama. You install it, pick a model, download it, and start chatting on terminal. That's it. No complex setup at all. But here's where most people get stuck. They assume they need crazy hardware, and that's not true. Even a normal laptop can run models like 4B that has 4 billion parameters, and sometimes even 8B which has 8 billion parameters. That means this is way more accessible than people think. Now here's where it gets interesting. Instead of just chatting, you can connect these models to your own apps. How? By calling a local endpoint. Usually something like localhost 11434. Think of it like your app knocks on a door and the model responds. Now you can build AI tools, create agents, automate your workflows. As you go deeper, you can use a dedicated machine to run these models 24/7. Basically something on a Mac Mini. Host demos using Cloudflare tunnels or any tunnels. Even fine-tune models locally. But this is where complexity starts increasing. So local is powerful, private, and flexible. But what if you don't want to install anything at all on your PC? Browser hosted playgrounds. This is the absolute easiest way to run open source AI. No tools, no hardware needed. Just open a website and start using models. For example, you can go to Hugging Face or Google Colab to do this. Why this is great? This is great because it has instant access, this is going to be free or very cheap, and it's great for learning and testing. Now, great doesn't mean it doesn't have trade-offs. So here are the trade-offs. It is not going to be private, it has limited performance, sessions can expire, and it is going to have rate limits. For example, with Colab, you get free GPU access, but it's temporary. Now, who this is for? This is for beginners, students, or people who are trying to explore these models. Now, once you have experimented, you'll probably want to build something. That's where the next category comes in. Managed inference APIs. This is where things start getting practical. Instead of running models yourself, you let someone else host them. You just call an API. Now, popular providers for this are going to be Together AI or Fireworks AI. Now, how it's going to work? You get an API key, you send a request, and you get a response. Just like using closed AI, but with open models. Now, why is this powerful? This is powerful because there is not going to be any infrastructure from your end. It is going to be faster to build, and it is easy to scale early. Now, the downsides. The downsides for this are going to be less control, ongoing cost, and still going to be dependent on an external provider. But this is best for startups, indie hackers, or MVPs. But eventually, you might want full control and scalability. That's where things get serious. VPS or your own server. A VPS is basically a remote computer that you control, and you can rent one from providers like HostingGen. Now here's what you can do. You can run models, host apps, deploy services, manage everything. Why this is going to matter? This is going to matter because now you are not just experimenting, you are building real products. Now here's a smart strategy to do this. You can run models locally, this is going to be cheap and private, and you can host your apps on VPS that you can access globally. You can connect them using tools like Tailscale. This is going to give you privacy, scalability, and low cost. Advanced paths. Now here are two quick advanced directions. First is managed cloud. This is going to be a fully scalable infrastructure which can be best for large apps, enterprise use, or places where there is going to be a high traffic. Other one is Edge AI. AI that is going to run directly on a user's device, something like Apple Intelligence. This is still early, but it's likely the future. Right now, Llama 4 is going in that direction also. Final recap. Let's simplify everything into one mental model. Local is going to be maximum control, it's going to be private. Browser is going to be the easiest and it's going to have zero setup. API is going to be very fast building and with minimal efforts. VPS will give you full ownership and will be extremely scalable. And then cloud and edge, they are going to be of enterprise level scale and they are going to be future of AI apps. The biggest misconception that open source AI is hard. It's not. It's really not. The real challenge is choosing the right level for where you are. Start simple, experiment, then gradually move up on the stack. Because the people who understand this early are going to be the one who are going to build AI apps for the near future. And now you are ahead of that curve. Now if you want to go deeper and actually build something with these models, not just understand them, I have put together a step-by-step guide on how to achieve this. It covers exactly what tools to use, what to learn next, and how to go from zero to your first working AI project. You can check that out right here in our description. And if you like this video, please subscribe to us and follow Future Stacks for more AI updates like this.